Hello, my name is Marzena. I am an aqua aerobic instructor. I love what I do and I love sharing my ideas with you. In today's video, we're gonna focus on legs. It's gonna be all about balance and strength. This is a great segment that you can do in a beginning of your workout or at the end, or just repeat everything twice to combine all those leg moves into one amazing workout. I will be incorporating aqua noodles to some of the moves, but if you don't have one yet, don't worry, you can still do plenty of those exercises without it as well. I will show you how to do it, I will show you how not to do it, and explain which muscle groups you will be targeting with every single move. I will try showing modifications, how to make those moves easier, harder, faster, slower, how to get into the position and how to exit one. So make sure you watch this video first before you take it to the water. If you are new here, please subscribe. Best aqua exercise for legs. This is part 1. Part 2 is coming very shortly. Recommended water level for today's workout is anywhere from waist to chest. As always, make sure you start with a good warm-up moves, and I'm gonna do a couple knee curls. Pushing those heels back, bending my leg about 90-degree point flex. You're gonna target those hamstrings and glutes, and it's very important because again, we'll focus on legs. We want to feel comfortable with water temperature, air temperature, but also for some of those moves, we need pretty good warm range of motion, which means we have to warm up first. Now you can obviously do those curls alone and skipping any arm moves, but why wouldn't you work your arms along with legs? So let's splash that water back. Palms are facing back, you stay nice and tall, core engaged, chest up and parallel to the surface of the water. Feel free to move around. You can take couple curls forward and then come back to your spot. You can move sideways, you can move around. Tempo of this exercise would be medium, and that's actually tempo for most of the moves that I want to present to you today. This is how knee curls look from the back, and this is how you can intensify. You can jump over and do twice as many moves at a time. This will move your heart rate up, so for sure you're gonna warm up faster this way. Keep your arms moving along right below the surface of the water. Notice I'm not splashing water too much, it's all about the movement. Alright, first exercise, heel touches. You're gonna firstly touch your heel in front of you and then behind. Please pay attention that upper body stays straight up. You won't be bending forward or sideways to go there. And if that means you will not touch your heel, don't worry about it. Your palms are open out to the side with fingertips linked, and that will create just a little bit more of that good resistance. It's a medium tempo and you want this to stay like this. It's not a cardio workout. We are focusing again on strength and balance. We really want to feel that water resistance. Let's keep on going, medium tempo. And again, we are avoiding leaning sideways, forward, backwards. There's no spinal rotation here. Core is very much engaged. My other foot is grounded on the bottom of the pool. Jog it out for a little bit. And let's see the next exercise. Alright, so now we're gonna do alternate side leg lifts. I want you flex your foot as you go up. Anytime you move one leg off the bottom, I want you press your other foot even harder down. That will keep you in place. It's gonna be easier to balance. Now we're gonna alternate right and left lift, and we're gonna add calf rise. This is also a great exercise that you wanna put somewhere during the first moments of your workouts. I know you cannot see my feet, but I promise I am climbing up on my toes. Reach up, come back, and then alternate those lifts again. Calf rise, back to starting position, lift, and then the other side lift. Now I want you to switch things up and point your toes as you are progressing. So we only begin with feet flexed, but now when you point your toes, you will see those leg muscles will actually be targeted a little bit different. And we want different. We want all those variations in our effective workouts. How about if we incorporate noodle? Yes, this is gonna be your best friend for the next few moments. You're gonna begin by putting your foot exactly in the middle of the noodle, just like that. Your other foot is flat, grounded on the bottom of the pool. You'll be pushing your foot down and up with this leg pump. With your arms, you just balance along. That is the position. You always want to make sure you have your foot exactly in the middle, because trust me, even if you go just a tiny bit off the side, you will make the whole thing harder. If balancing is too hard, how about if you do the same exercise with one hand on the side of the pool? With that support, you should find this easier. Here we are working our quads and also core muscles, glutes. So, many muscle groups in action right now. I am a little distracted by a duck floating around the pool, which is my best friend. She always comes in the morning to watch some new moves. And she never uses them. She just floats and swims. All right, second exercise, leg abduction and adduction with aqua noodles. Now this one is a little harder option, and I will show you how to start. If you put your foot with your toes over noodle, you're gonna make it a little harder. What I like to do, I like to put my ankle on the noodle, and instead of going all the way down, I only go halfway down, and then I let the water bounce my leg up to the surface. You see, only halfway. You can definitely try doing this for the first time holding the wall. It's gonna be way easier. Once you get used to it, once your muscles get stronger, you will be able to go a little bit in. This is the common issues that we may have. If you go all the way in, you will be pushing noodle in towards yourself too much, and then you're gonna deal with all of this, just like I'm dealing now. So one more time, I recommend putting it right next to the ankle, go only halfway down, and then you're gonna control that tempo on the way up. You don't wanna let water just bounce your leg back, all right? This is how we are working muscles each way, slowing down that tempo. And this is the easy way to switch to the other side. You're gonna hold noodle just like that, push it down, place your knee and then your foot exactly like that. Let it go, and it's pump again. Now with the pump, you don't have to push your foot down to the same spot every time. It's okay if you move your foot a little bit forward, a little bit back. Move your arms along. This is just more fun if you add it. Make sure you stay nice and tall, chest lifted, shoulders back and down. Your starting position means so much. Now watch me, this is second option for pumps. We'll be placing both of our feet on the noodle, and then we're gonna curl knees up, and then as we exhale, we push noodle down to the bottom of the pool. You can stay on the spot, and with your arms, you're gonna try to balance. Or once you get more and more comfortable with these, you're gonna start floating around the pool, which is definitely way more fun. So give it a try too. Anything you do with your arms that helps you maintain your shoulders somehow above your hips is fine. There are no particular moves that you have to follow. Just find a way to float. And don't forget to smile. I'm heading backwards, but I'll be back soon. Right, and now I'm gonna slow things down to show you how to switch side. You're gonna put your foot, your ankle over the noodle, just like that. Move your leg to the side at the level that you're comfortable with. It could be hip level, but it could be way lower. And then again, on your exhale, you're gonna slowly start dragging your leg in towards yourself, only about halfway down, and then you're gonna slow things down as the water bouncy moves your leg up. You wanna have this movement under control. This way you know you are using your muscles each way. As you pull your leg in and as you are allowing your leg slowly come back up closer to the surface. Arms are again just moving along with the movement, helping you to maintain the balance. It's a challenging position. So I'm reminding you again, it's so much easier to do this exercise right once you are holding onto the wall. So do that if this option is not working for you. Alternate leg extensions. Now this is just intro move for our next exercise. We're gonna begin with legs. First position, palms, shoulders wide apart on the top of the noodle, palms facing down. And here you're gonna add the opposite arm lift. So with your right leg extension, it's left arm moving up and then the other side. One more time, palms facing down, palms, shoulders width apart. On your exhale, lift it up, come back slowly, and then switch arm. Sometimes it takes a moment to coordinate and make sure it's really the opposite side. If you would make a little mistake and do the same arm and leg, you'll see the balancing gets very, very tricky, if not impossible. Second position, you can do floating scissors. So you're now gonna switch both legs at the same time above the surface. You also move noodle closer towards yourself, right next to your chest, right above your chest. And now you're only gonna use your arms to float. Abdominals engaged. Inhale into the nose and exhale out through your mouth. Slow and controlled tempo as before. Notice that my feet are always below the surface. There's no splashing going on. You are pushing one toe down to the bottom and you are allowing your heel to go only up to the surface. Don't bend your knees. There's another variation for your arms if you want to do this exercise somehow different. So you can put your palms on the noodle and then push it down directly below your shoulders. Palms are facing back now. Neck aligned with spine. Watch me one more time. I push it down and this is exactly when I shift my body weight forward to my upper body, so then my legs are free to go with scissor cut movement. It's the same rule. So your legs stay just soft, but you're not gonna bend your knees. You're not gonna splash water behind you. Once you get very comfortable with this movement, you can add push-ups and you'll be pushing noodle down and up, straight line down and up. But remember, you're only gonna add that variation if you feel absolutely confident everything else is good, because this will distract you from good range of motion and from doing this exercise right if you're not ready for this yet. It's very important that you are not overarching your lumbar spine. Third option, look how many options we have. Rainbow squeeze. So now noodle is halfway down in the water and palms are facing each other as you squeeze noodle every other time when you switch your legs. Or number Option 5th is when you squeeze the rainbow and you hold it. This time you're probably gonna end up holding it a little deeper below the surface, so you only have the center part of pool noodle above the surface. That's how it's gonna keep you on the surface, and again, one toe down, one toe up. Next exercise, underwater leg circus. That's another one that could be done just next to the wall. Go ahead, point your toe, not flex, and move your leg in a circle motion. And here is how you're gonna switch to the next side. From this position, you're gonna bend your knee and then you're gonna push your heel forward. So your ankle rests exactly in the middle of the noodle. You can let noodle go up to your hip level or slightly below. And with the slow controlled tempo, you again gonna drag your leg halfway down, and then you're gonna control tempo on the way up. With your palms facing each other, you're gonna just do your best to maintain the balance. Very important that your core stays engaged, and remember, shoulders above hips. Anytime you feel you need a little bit more support, just grab that side of the pool, and I promise you're gonna find this so much easier. We are so much more flexible in the water, so you will find doing those lifts easier than you would if you would try to do them on the land. Alternate leg extensions. So this is just the intro exercise. I'm gonna support on a noodle. And again, you want your palms, shoulders wide apart, facing down exactly at the center. You're gonna alternate legs first, but then you're also gonna add the opposite arm lift. Notice how I'm trying to line up my leg with my opposite arm. This one is a great exercise for muscles surrounding our spine, back, upper and lower back, and of course abdominals. Leg you are standing on is grounded on the bottom of the pool with knees slightly bent. You don't want to overarch your lower back. So you go just a little bit forward and back. Floating scissors with pool noodles is another great exercise. This is easier option when you put noodle closer to yourself, and then with your arms, you're just gonna go out and in, and that will help you to float. You are pushing one toe down to the bottom of the pool and the other one only up to the surface of the water. You try keep your legs straight. You see how there's no splash behind me? That is because right below the surface, I focus on pushing my toes back down. You want your knees to face down and then forward. And these are the arm moves. Now, if you are a good floater, you probably are not afraid of the next position. This time you're gonna push noodle down. It's the same arm position. This time you're gonna hold noodle, so palms are facing back and they are directly below shoulders. One more time. Very slowly shift your body weight forward to your arms. And then you're gonna continue with exactly the same leg moves. Same rules to follow. There's no bending knees and we are not splashing water. This exercise is great for core, so all those muscles surrounding your pelvic, core, back, glutes. Once you get comfortable with this exercise, you can add push-ups. But please don't add push-ups if you feel it's just too much going on. In this workout, we specifically want to focus on leg work. Control your breath and maintain a beautiful and good range of motion. This is another option that you can incorporate to the same exercise. You can do rainbow squeeze. This time you are holding edges of the noodle, and every time you switch leg, you're gonna squeeze noodle and then open it out. I call this one rainbow squeeze. Once you get bored with squeezing the rainbow, you're gonna just squeeze it and hold it. This time you're gonna hold it slightly deeper below the surface. You see how you can only see the top part of it? That will help you float. That's gonna work your upper body more. All right, underwater leg circles. That's another exercise that we could be doing holding the side of the pool, but today, no. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point my toes, keep my legs straight, and then circle my toes underwater. You can start with a very slow and small circles, and eventually you want to make them bigger and bigger, as big as you can. Listen to your body here. You don't want to lose your balance. You want to maintain great upper body position. If you can lift up your leg over the surface of the water, that's even better. But remember, take it slow. It looks very easy, but I promise you it's not. You need a lot of strength to be able to control this tempo. I want you to count at least 8 reps on one side and then switch side. If you're gonna like it a lot, you can always repeat this over and over again. One more time reminder, with this exercise, you keep your toes pointed. That is because you're gonna have way more resistance this way to deal with. And water exercises are all about resistance, right? Stabilize your upper body position. You want very, very little movement in your torso. It's all about leg and arm moves, and arm moves are just assisting you with the movement. Lifts forward and then lifts aside. So we're gonna begin by bending leg to the side and then forward. You're gonna draw somehow L below the water. Point your toe forward and then lift up your leg to the side. This time you want to avoid any circle movement. You want to be you want to stay in a line. Each way, right here, push it down to the side. This one is great for quads, for out thighs, for inner thighs, also for hamstrings. Try keep your other foot flat on the bottom of the pool. Grounded. Do not climb up on your toes. Keep on going. Core is engaged, shoulders back and down, and again, look how very little movement is coming from your torso. The movement is coming from your core, but you will need those strong muscles to stabilize your position. If you can move your toes all the way up to the surface of the water, that's wonderful. You can always try these moves on a shallower part of the pool, let's say waist level, and then go slightly deeper. All right, noodle pull downs. This one is very challenging, and I want you to consider holding one hand on the side of the pool. In this exercise, you're gonna actually put your foot, arch of your foot on the noodle. Then try drag noodle down as close to your other foot as you can. The line is now slightly across, slightly diagonal, about 45 degrees out. With this exercise, you're really gonna feel your core muscles working very hard. You try not to bend your knee. It's soft, but you don't want to end up doing pump movement. This is how you're going to switch to the other side. You're going to pull noodle in towards yourself, bend your knee, take noodle out, and then you want to make sure again your foot starts exactly in the middle, never slightly to the side. This exercise is challenging enough, and if you start wrong, you're gonna make it even harder.